So this is my introduction to Wandering Mind, my channel. I guess the first question is, why Wandering Mind? Well, I have a wandering mind. I have interest in so many things, everything from batteries, tools, electric cars, electric CNC, laser cutters, plasma cutters. The list goes on and on. It's just never ending. Some people would call that ADD. Some people would say squirrel. And they'd have a point. I like to think of it as being insatiably curious. That's why. So many interests, so many things to explore. And there's just a whole world of information and subjects to look at on YouTube. It's truly a remarkable time. So that's where that comes from. So I guess the next thing is, where do I come from? Well, my background has always been in electronics repair originally. Commercial, consumer electronics repair. And then the last years of my professional life were commercial installations. Basically communications, lots of fiber, bays, equipment rooms, lots of testing, installation, all commercial. That's my background, basically, in a nutshell. OTDRs are your friend, and the world of communications in particular, whether they be, have gone fiber. And we did a lot of fiber in the last while. So that's sort of where I came from. But over the time, over those years, you learn very quickly, especially when you work on a product for a while, what makes a quality product. Where have they saved money? Where have they cheaped out on? What makes for great design? You can see very quickly when you work on things where things are made well and when they aren't made well. So that becomes almost second nature when you're looking at products over the years. What is good? What is bad? It's a cool thing. It's a nice thing to know those sort of things. That's where my background is. Okay? So I guess the next question is, what are some of the things I've done? Well, most of what I've done has been with, I guess you say, furniture upgrade, simple projects, things like Adirondack chairs, coffee tables, all kinds of little projects, right? Things like an old cable reel turned into a clock. So pretty basic, almost home style projects. And I've got lots of those. Furniture refinishing, there's another example. And the list goes on and on. So lots of that sort of thing. The last little while, I've gotten more into shop projects, jigs, things that make your life easier. So here's, for instance, is a little workbench. And going with the concept of tool first availability. First tool availability. Having the tools that you work with all the time nearby. And that is compliments of Mr. Savage. Okay? Great concept, and I like how he presents it and does it. So this is a workbench, and I've tried to put a lot of the tools that I use on a regular basis on the tool bench. Played with also, and this is some of the different projects I've worked with, where trying to make it easy to set up, I guess tooling you would call it. A tooling or fixturing. Fixturing would be the proper term. And then easy access for clamps. That's one of the concepts I've played with a little bit. Other little things too, custom headphones. So this is just a standard pair of safety earmuffs, right? It comes apart really easy. Put in your own driver, put in some custom earmuffs, and you have a really nice set of headphones. And that's one little project I've played with. This sort of idea. So I like to play with different ideas and different concepts. One of the latest ones I'll be playing with, I guess, is a custom screwdriver, which is, does it serve a purpose? Who knows? We'll see. It's one of the little projects I've been playing with. This custom workbench, lots of different concepts played with that. what I eventually ended up doing was, well, I'll have to play with that one a little more. But so lots of jigs. Woodworking requires all kinds of jigs. You can see it here: rolling cart, sliding cutoff, crosscut sleds, zero clearance inserts, all those things. So lots of jigs, and I'll have to do a few videos on some of the things that I've done. Now, this has all been done before, but this is what I ended up doing to make my life easier. Being a small shop, limited in tools, limited in money, I was always trying to look for ways to do things with hand tools and to do it cheaper or better. If you can do it better or cheaper than what you can buy, then that's what you should do. If you can't do it cheaper or better than what you can buy, lots of times it's just better to go buy the product on the shelf. So that is some of the things I've been playing with, and I'll have to do a bunch of videos, and I'll go through, and this is something I'll do with all my videos, and every time I'll go through exactly what the measurements are, what the component list is, what it needs to get it made, okay? And that, just a little bit of giving back to some of these people that have, how would you say, influenced me, motivated me, just lots of really smart, cool people in the world of DIYers, right? So going on to that subject, this is some of the sites that do those things, and they do it very well. And this is just a very small sampling. I've got over 200 sites that I go to on a regular basis on YouTube. And these are just a few that I pulled up that motivate me, I guess you could say. We're talking Monroe Live, Jeremy Fielding, Tech Ingredients, AVE, Basque Makes, J.S. Cobo, Ivan Miranda, Tim Hunkin, James Broughton. The list is endless, and it's cool, the things that these guys are doing. Things like Basque Makes and J.S. Cobo do a lot with hand tools, and between the jigs and what they've done, it's truly incredible. So that's just a small sample of some of the sites that catch my attention. Like I say, wandering mind, that list goes on and on. So where would I like to take this channel? Well, I'd like to do lots of videos on things that are of use to people, making things, okay? Whether that be jigs, furniture repair, furniture making, whatever the case may be. If it catches somebody's eye or interests me, I'm going to put a video up. Where would I like to take this channel? I'd like to get to the point, and this is may or may not happen, maybe a bit of a pipe dream, but where I'd like to take it is, I see a lot of tools that come from the factory that could be a lot better. Simple things like a bandsaw. Why doesn't it have a dual speed so I can cut metal? I used Portaband for years. Handy, works like a charm for cutting metal. Why doesn't my bandsaw do that, right? Table saws. Why is there only one speed? Why can't I have two speeds? Or a chop saw. Why can't I have two speeds and turn it in where it cuts metal? I guess some of the sound projects too. Homemade speakers. This Tech Ingredients has got some really cool projects with speaker systems. The list is going to be whatever catches my eye, my interest at the time, I'll do some videos on. Okay? If I can, like I say, if I can build it better or cheaper than what I can buy, then I'm probably going to play with it if I want. I'd love to put some challenges out there. A panel saw is a perfect example. A table saw is very handy, but a panel saw could be handier in a lot of situations. I'd love to design some tools, put it out there, see if we can improve it, make it better, make it cheaper than what you can buy. That's where I think I'd like to focus on. Taking things and producing products that are DIY. You can build yourself, make yourself. Local manufacturing, local DIY, I think has, especially in this day and age with all the tools available to us that are becoming much more accessible, much more affordable, I think there's a huge future opportunity in those areas. There you go. So that's my intro video, kind of where I'm from, where I'm heading, things that interest me. And that's just a gloss over, very light. So I didn't want to keep you too long or talk your ear off too much. Hope you enjoyed, and there you go. Thank you very much.